Hey, Nerdcore News fans, Josh Alston here. I'm here with Leo. He is the head judge at the Magic the Gathering tournament at the Pop Stuff Expo here in Ventura. Leo, it's very nice to meet you, man. How you doing?
Okay, well, here we're having a competitive REL event, which means we kind of hold all the players to a certain kind of standard where everybody's supposed to follow and understand the rules to a competitive event. A couple things that are different from just like going in and playing for fun is we have everybody bring in what I call deck lists, which is a list of all the cards that they're intending to play for the day, and we hold them to those card selections throughout the day. It's very important that they don't change anything in the deck that they brought, and they play with the same kind of cards throughout the rest of the day. They also are expected to make fewer mistakes, because if they do make a mistake, then we as judges have to administer certain kind of penalties and or fixes for those kind of scenarios. As far as judging is concerned, we're not like the officiators of any kind of like sport or anything like that. We don't have whistles, we don't like call it as we see it. That happens. That's a judge call. If something goes down in a match that you are either disagreeing with how your opponent conducted something, or if they accidentally broke one of the rules, then you're supposed to call one of us over and we assess the situation and either address and fix whatever has gone awry and give an appropriate penalty or change the way things are. I mean,
gotcha. So people who enter this tournament, they have to look over this document, be very versed in all the rules, and know them almost by heart to be able to play this without breaking any rules.
No, not at all.
Not serious?
I mean, people are going to make mistakes and break rules unintentionally or intentionally. I mean, hopefully not intentionally.
Yes.
If they do break them intentionally, then we do administer a cheating penalty, which immediately DQs them from the tournament. So it's a zero tolerance for any kind of, let's say, intentional manipulation of a game rule that you were conscious about, and that doesn't work. If you do break it on accident, which happens plenty, it's just how the way the game plays out, then that's when we get involved and we try to fix the mistake that was made and apply a penalty that would otherwise offset the potential for advantage that the person got committing that penalty.
Gotcha. Now, quick question is, I know that if people go out and buy the decks or starter decks, it will actually come with a piece of paper that explains the game's general rules. Do your rules in the tournament differ from those rules at all, or do you guys have separate rules altogether? Or?
So the little like starter packs, they used to come with like a booklet of the entire comprehensive rules, and that just doesn't make sense for today's day and age. What they're doing now is they give you a piece of some sort of instructional guide on the basic steps of the game and how the cards in the particular like booster pack that you got will interact with each other. But the game's been around for over 20 years.
Really?
We just had a celebration of it. Yeah, it came out in '93, I believe. So, now that we're moving into 2014, last year was the 20th anniversary, and the mechanics that used to be that they created in the early parts of the game aren't around now. That's how Magic evolves with every iteration and every card set that comes out. There's new stuff to do, right? Like in new cards do different things. There's different themes amongst them, and that's why it keeps it interesting for us, and we can continue going from year to year and keeping enjoying it because everything's fresh. But the big document that I mentioned it contains all of the mechanics and every possible like explanation of how they would play out, versus the little like intro packs that you would get. They kind of just get you going, and then eventually you kind of have to read. Like I mentioned, I don't expect any of the players here to be able to recite the actual comprehensive rules by like point and number. I mean some judges can do that, but not even all of them can. It's more just understanding the fundamentals about how things go, and then if for whatever reason you don't understand how something could play out, you can always just call a judge over and we'll assist you in clarifying any kind of discrepancy you might have before you make a move. That also is allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just not allowed to provide any assistance, so we can talk generically about how something might play out, like the interaction between a certain card and another thing and nothing else happening. We're allowed to comment on that. But like if you ask us, hey, can I do this in order to kill his guy, that's giving advice, and we're not allowed to do that.
You have to stay impartial.
Right, that's the idea. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. This game's always been something that's kind of eluded me. I like to play, but I've never been at the level these guys are. So I've gotten the chance to kind of stand back and watch some of these matches, and they are, in their own right, very impressive. In their own right, the Magic Gathering game is a lot like chess. Very mental, very strategic. And if you ever get a chance, guys, check it out. You can find booster packs, starter decks, pretty much anything that you go in this game. And as the man here said himself, it's been around for quite a while. And it's more popular now than ever before. So get out there, give it a shot. If you ever get a chance, show up down here at this tournament, and it'll get you started. For Nerdcore News, I'm Josh Olson. We're out.